let's go to the last part. And what we're going to do here is to just generate one assembly drawing and probably a single part drawing. So if you take a look at the screen here, we are still on the drawing section. So we want to switch back to our model section. So we just have to close this by clicking that close button right there. So that will close everything, and will remain we will remain with the model uh, in, in, in the display, and from there we'll be able now to pick the part we want to generate a drawing from. So it's still processing the information, and we'll be able to get started in just a few seconds. And here we are, and I can go ahead and maximize that. So as it is on the top end of the plan view. So let me switch back to isometric view by coming to switch to 3D or plane. If I click on that, you'll be able to see I have these in place. So I'll be able to pick rotate or navigate and rotate with mouse and pick my rotation point. And to rotate, it's very simple. You can always click, press Control and R and pick a rotation point. So this is how our model looks. This is very simple. Now, I want just to pick one part. So once I've picked one part, and I'll be able to generate assembly drawing from this. We'll not generate everything here. So I'll just give you a head start, so that from there you'll be able to cope up with everything. Now, let me just select the part I want to generate assembly drawing from. I've left selected by left clicking. I'll select it by left clicking. Then once I've done so, I'm going to right click. So once I've right clicked that, I'm going to scroll down to create drawings. So in here, I'm going to create assembly drawing. Let me just drag something else away from my visibility. This is just a recording element. Let me place it there. Since my selection is still active, let me right click once again and come to create drawings. So I can always pick the option single part drawing, assembly drawing, multi drawing, and multi drawing has some parts also, maybe single part assembly drawings and all that. Now we're here, and let me just pick on it once again. Right click and come to create drawings right here. Multi drawings, we have a single part assembly drawing, single part drawing with layout, single part drawing without layout. You can try this. Is very straightforward. It's not as hard as it looks. Now let me just go ahead and pick on assembly drawing and pick on that option. So once I picked on that, I'll be able to give it some time to let it process the information. Then from there, I'll be able to follow it on the document manager. And to access the document manager, you come to drawings and report, and from drawings and report, you'll be able to see here. You can see creating drawing finished, one drawing created successfully. How do you get the drawing? We'll come to application drawings and report here. Then you come to a document and you just left click on it. So you'll have that in place as part of our drawing that this has been added to the list on top of the drawing that we had created initially. So it is this one. So if I double click on it, or if you want to sort it out, you can always pick display only assembly drawings, and the other part will be left out. So I've just double clicked on it. So the opening of the drawing, the opening of the drawing is being processed, and we'll give some time to process that information. Then we'll have to take a look on what has been presented to us. So in this case, for now, I'm going to minimize this. So the moment I minimize this, I'll be able now to go to the drawing that has been presented to us. And if there's need for adding more details or comping it up, we'll have to do so. So we have the assembly drawing in place. This is the assembly drawing that has been generated. And we have all the sections, the top and bottom, and also all this. But there's some parts that are not necessary, like this one here, where we can always select it. We select all that. So once you select that, you can always go ahead and delete. So you can always remain with this one here. That is if you have all these details. But anyway, you can see that it has been scaled to this size, is goes to save the paper sizes, but you can always adjust this. Like in this particular case, maybe you are not conversant, or this type of dimension throws you to a total confusion. You can always adjust this by double click on it and pick the option of dimension that makes you have the confidence of explaining to anyone that not conversant or didn't do this particular drawing, and explain to him the measurements, the size of the whole thing. Now let me just drag this aside, and let me just drag it up slightly so that I have some visibility here. So you can see the dimension that were used here. This is a different type of dimension, and I can use this one here. And if I go ahead and click apply, you'll be able to see now we have everything in place that makes things a little bit normal, and you don't find yourself absolutely messed up when trying to figure out which side is the best side. So let me just give some time to process that information because I've selected so many parts. So that has been selected. So that's how you adjust this. And another thing also, you can always adjust the scale. But if you adjust the scale and still leave these parts here, the moment that part extends with respect to the scale, you just key in, it will work on top of this. It will try to clog. It will stretch beyond and get mixed up with the location of these ones. So I'm going to come here and double click on it because now I think you understand how we can change your dimensions here. So let me just first of all click on empty screen and close this. Just mouse over this and close. So if I close that, I'll be able now to click on this window. If you mouse over here mouse over here, just left click by double clicking right there. So in here, I want to change the scale. But remember, if we just click inside, you won't be able to get that tool for scaling. Or if we come to view here, I think we can have it. We can have the tool for scaling, I suppose, but it is not. So the best way always, when you mouse over this and you see this blue boundary, just mouse over and double click by left clicking on the boundary. Just double click on the boundary like that and give some time to load that information. So once that has been loaded, you can see we have the option to rescale this. So in this particular case, you can see this is 1 to 10, and 1 to 10 is slightly smaller. And what you want to do here is to make it slightly 1 to 100. 1 to 100. Let me just try 1 to 100. It will be super big. Let me give it 50. 50 will be approximately better. Let me just key in 50, and that should come there. So we have 50, and let's get rid of the last 50. The reason why it's because I have so much details to my system handling a lot of details, and that's why you see it's hanging. So if I click modify, I'll be able to change this thing into 1 to 50. So 1 to 50 will make it a little bit smaller than it was before. So you can see that it is smaller. So we are not making the scale bigger, but you're making our object much smaller. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 1 to 1. So if I click 1 to 1, it will be able now to adjust to a bigger scale, and that will go beyond our title block, and that is marvelously super big, and we don't intend to do such a thing. So the next thing is you just take it back. We just take it back to 1 to 10 where we were, and click modify. So once you've clicked modify, I'll show you how you can adjust this. Once this has been done like this, we'll come to review, select reflected view, no, and we'll go to another option here. I'll come to attribute 2, because as it is had been shortened, or it has been cut to make it slightly shorter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attribute 2. So if you come to shortening, it cut parts. You're going to pick option of no, don't cut. So let's just click this drop down arrow here and pick that option of no instead of yes. So if you pick no, let me just click on that. It's taking so much time to give us that option. So once I've picked on no and click modify, it will not be shortened. It will the scale will adjust, but you see it has stretched to that length, and that hasn't affected the text height also. But this is somehow 1 to 10, but as it is. So you can always put this into title block and print out this. So this is how you can create an assembly drawing, as simple as that in Tekla structures. So let's meet. So I think this is just the last part of it all. So let me just go back where I was, and I will be able. I hope you've gotten some concept on how to create some assembly drawings in Tekla structures. And bye bye. I hope you've enjoyed the whole presentation from the beginning to the very last of this. So bye bye, and let's meet on a very different topic apart from the 66 guy must a tower. Let's meet then.